Hello, so today we are going to learn about the PBL expectations for this school year. The first thing we're going to look at is what is PBL and why do we even do it? So PBL stands for Project-Based Learning, and in 2013 and 2014, Harmony launched what they call the Project-Based Learning Initiative. And they launched this in order to help students to acquire 21st century skills. Basically, PBLs are inquiry-based, student-centered parts of the curriculum that really promote student success and allow students to start taking ownership of their own learning. So how does it work at Harmony? So basically, there are 3 levels of PBL. There is the level 1, 2, and 3. So level 1 projects are projects that are short-term, that take place in the classroom, and these focus on targeting those 21st century skills within the curriculum that is being taught in the classroom. As we go up levels, then that's when the students start taking more control of the PBL work. And so we have our PBL level 2 and our PBL levels 3. These are long-term projects which are done over the course of most of the year, and most of the work will take place at home. These projects allow for students to apply the knowledge that they've been learning in class and use critical thinking skills on their own. This year, students are required to either choose from the level 2 or the level 3 this school year. So that is for all students. Will have to choose either a level 2 project or a level 3 PBL project to work on outside of the classroom this year. Okay, so let's look a little bit more at the difference between a PBL level 2 and a PBL level 3. So, a PBL level 2, the topics will be assigned by your teacher. Okay, and we will have a certain list of topics by grade level that we will share with you, and you will look them over. You will pick a few topics that are of interest to you. You will turn those topics into us, and then we will approve your topic so that you can begin work on your PBL. With the PBL level 2, you are allowed to work by yourself or in a group of 2 or 3. Unless your teacher states otherwise, there should be no more than 3 students in a group. Your teacher might only request that 2 students be in a group. The end product of your PBL level 2 will be a digital presentation. You will create this and then you will submit it to DISCO, and that will be a requirement for the PBL level 2s. So if you choose to do that level, you must submit your presentation to DISCO. You will also still do the Google Slides as well that will be shared on the PBL site. And students that have really well-developed projects may be asked to participate in the school science fair. However, at the PBL level 2, it is not mandatory. So science fair is optional for the level 2, but if your teacher thinks your project is really of high quality, they might ask you to participate in that science fair. Okay, so that is the basics about level 2. So let's go ahead and look at level 3. So PBL level 3, you will choose your own topic. You will work independently. All students that are a part of the Gifted and Talented program are required to participate in the PBL level 3. However, all students can choose this level, and we really encourage you to challenge yourself and to choose that level 3 if that is something that is interesting to you. And then all students that choose the PBL level 3, including the GT students, will participate in the school-wide science fair, which this year will take place as part of our STEM Expo on December 5th. For the level 3, a digital presentation is not required. However, you will still create the PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation. And also, you do not have to submit to DISCO at a level 3, but if you would like to choose to send and make a digital presentation to DISCO, you are more than welcome to. And then qualifying students will then be asked to enter the Dallas Regional Science and Engineering Fair, as well as the Harmony-wide fair. Okay, so let's look at PBL level 2 just a little bit closer. So like I said before, students will choose from a teacher-provided list. You will choose 2 to 3 options from that list, and then your teacher will approve one for you to work on. You will be able to choose from 3 different types of projects, either a descriptive investigation, a comparative experiment, or an engineering design project. So here you can see the 3 different descriptions of the types of projects that you can choose. So the comparative experiment, that is when you're going to be using that scientific method. When you have a problem or a question and you go through that scientific method process to determine the answer. You would have an independent and a dependent variable to test out your hypothesis, and then you would conduct your experiment and gather that data and analyze it and draw a conclusion. That would be your comparative experiment. So you will have some options to choose from that category. You will also have some options to choose from a descriptive investigation. So in the descriptive investigation, there's a question, but there's not a hypothesis. You are basically drawing conclusions about some natural or man-made system and doing a lot of research on that topic. And your end product is you're going to create a model or a 3-dimensional representation of your findings. And there is more information on the PBL website, which I'll show you in a little bit, that will give you even more detail about these 3 categories as well. And then there is the 3rd category, which is that engineering design, where you would go through that the engineering design process, and you would have a problem that you're going to solve. You would design, build, you would have a prototype, then you would probably have some redesign and retesting involved in that process as well. So the engineering design process is kind of along the lines of a lot of the PBL ones that we do as well. So if you have any questions about those 3 types of PBL projects, please make sure to ask your teacher or go to the PBL website for more information. Okay, so if you are in GT or you are a student who is choosing the PBL level 3, you will actually choose a topic on your own. So I suggest finding something that you're passionate about or interested in to start your brainstorming process so that you can narrow down your topic. You, of course, will want to discuss this with your teacher so that they can help you narrow down a good topic for you to investigate and explore. At the level 3, however, you can only choose from a comparative experiment or the engineering design categories. Reminder, the comparative experiment option is that one that follows the scientific method. And then, of course, you have your engineering design process where you would build a prototype and design and redesign, etc., etc. Okay, so if you are doing the level 3, you can only choose from those 2 types of projects. Okay, and then the next thing that you need to make sure you are aware of is the PBL task completion. Okay, so there are several tasks to be completed for your PBL. Some tasks will be completed this semester, and then some tasks will be completed next semester. You all should have received a science PBL informational sheet from your teacher, and inside of that is a piece of paper that looks like this. And this is your fall semester PBL 2 and 3 timeline. Okay, we have certain due dates for all of the different tasks. And each task will be a grade in the gradebook. So you're going to want to make sure you are being responsible and getting these tasks done on time when they are due. You will, if you are a parent, you will want to make sure you keep this PBL task completion sheet handy so that way you can help keep your child on track and have it to refer to as you need to. And just to keep in mind, so this only has your first semester task. Once next semester comes, we will send you another timeline later on this year. And also due to things like technical difficulty or assemblies or different things like that, some of these timeline dates could change. So just make sure that you are on the lookout for any updates from your teacher. Okay, and so if you would like more information on the PBL Level 2s or Level 3s, you can go to the PBL website or the DISCO website for the presentation, the digital presentations, and then also here's the website for the Dallas Regional Science Fair. Very quickly, let's go ahead and look at this PBL Harmony, the PBL Harmony website. Okay, so this is what it will look like when you go to pbl.harmonytx.org, and this will be the home page, and you can see it'll tell you just a little bit about PBL. You can download the initiative information booklet on why Harmony adopted the PBL system. You will see you also have different tabs right here. You will want to go to the PBL Middle School tab. When you go to tab, you will see a list like this that pops up. Okay, so once you or your child has chosen your Level 2 or Level 3, then you would click on the appropriate information to get more about that level. Okay, so let's say you chose Level 2. See something that looks like this. It breaks it down into each task. It gives you a description. Some of the tasks have links where you can click on them and get even more information. And then, of course, for the Level 2, you have to do DISCO. And so you can see right here, this even has tutorials on how to create a digital story on different programs as well. And then Level 3, you would see that it has your task here as well, with links to the types of projects you can do, as well as examples of what your science fair board would look like. So that was a brief summary about what our PBLs will look like this year. So if you have any more questions, if you're a student, make sure you talk to your teacher. If you are a parent, here's the information on how you can contact your child's teacher. We are here to help them in any way that we can. So please make sure to contact us if you have any questions regarding our PBLs, and we look forward to seeing some exciting PBL projects starting to come to life over the next couple of months. And just stay tuned for any updates, and make sure you are following that schedule and helping keep your child on track. And if you are a student, make sure you are being responsible and following that task list and asking questions if you do not understand any part of the process, so that we can help you get to where you need to be.